Hello everybody, my name is Devin Answers. You guys can call... Hold on. My name is Devin Answers. You guys can call me Dev. Today we're doing a short stream of Limbus because I started later than usual because I had stuff I wanted to do before stream and then got distracted. Because oops. But I'm here. We're just gonna have a chill Limbus stream today. As chill as we can, because we finished Canto 6, and now it's gonna be Intervelio time. If it'll load, that's the question. Hi, Epoxy, you're usually not up at this time. You need to go to sleep, lovely. Here we go. I forget he talks so much every time. Ooh. I kind of want that Rodion because it's burn, I'm assuming. Or is that an ID? Oh, it's ego. It's an ego. Just kidding. Just kidding. I also forgot it was, No, I didn't get the Sinclair. No. Okay, so we'll be saving for a Walpurgisnacht. The event is closed, but there's still the reward exchange. Thank you. So we can get this one. Thank you. Save that for Walpurgisnacht. What is this? I wonder. Can't remember. Do I want more upgrading things? Or do I want threads? 80 threads. 400 threads, just kidding. Okay. And I can buy that. Alright. We got an ID, but focus on your business of the day, Creamer. My lord! Whoa! Wait a second, wait a second. Where did you hide? Hold on, hold on. Hold on, hold on. I'll have a glass of my lord. Yum. Okay, hold on. I wish... okay, hold on. Step forth, my lord. Looking for a my lord. The wheel of my lord turns once. Hi, Epoxy. How we doing? Only by your death shall this my lord be fulfilled. Is there anyone among my lords who knows the answer? None of us are going to sleep until we deal with this, my lord. Sit still. Quit, my lord. So I did one pull for the new ego and got Rhino Mill Salt. Ooh. You really care? No creamer, huh? You really care? They're all from our creamer. When I believed in the greatness of creamer. Shh, I'm in the middle of a creamer. Oh. I creamer for fun. Oh my god! I creamer for fun! I creamer for fun! I'm so glad I got creamer. I'm so glad I got creamer. Oh my god. I'm crying. Holy fucking shit, dude. I creamer for fun. Look at him. Oh, look at him. Hold on. Is there another is there another identity that would go more, that would be funnier? Is there No! I agree. Okay. Oh, in Faust before the uptie is actually really. I Kramer for fun. I feel like people will think I'm talking about her though, and I don't want to. It's so funny. Oh. Oh, brother. Oh. I Kramer for fun. Oh, that one's good. You don't look like you do anything. You look like an incel. No offense, Sinclair. I Kramer. Oh God, she looks so lesbian coded in that, and it's really good. Look at that. I Kramer for fun. I can't. Oh my abs hurt. My abs hurt. Wait, do I have egos? Like, no. No, hold on. Hold on. Is there any good egos? Hold on. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Okay. I don't think I have as good at egos as I have. I Kramer for fun. Fluid sack? Oh my god. I have to change. I have to change into this. Oh, wait. I'm in tears. I'm in tears. I grew. I can't do this. I literally just started. I gotta get off. No, not that. I gotta get off of that. I won't stop crying. Oh boy. My face hurts. My face hurts. Okay, how do I get to my friends? Here we go. Here we go. Oh, oh boy. I cannot turn a blind eye to liquor, can I? That's so funny. Oh, that's a Sinclair. Ooh. Who are you? I was the Sinclair one. Ooh, it looks really nice. I like it actually. Unfortunately. Hi, Safi. I was just cackling about my... I was laughing so hard, now my sinuses are stuffed up. What the hell? I feel like I'm gonna throw up. Hold on. I like it. I do. I genuinely like it. I wish I got more of the stuff so I can get the border, but I had to stop playing for a couple days. Will it be like that? Hold on, I have to show you mine. I had to... Hi, Creamer. What did you... I was watching Safi waiting for you. Then Safi introduced me to Cinna, who kept me up, and then you started a stream, so I joined a whole series. Ooh, okay. I'm really sad I missed this because I had to finish the 7.5 to Intervelio, and I'm only on the 6.5. Third Walpurgis Nacht. Familiar siren. Interesting. Well, I'm Safi. I hope your stream went well. I'm an international super spy. Super spy. Super spy. This is what this reminds me of the little, I think his name's Pablo, the penguin from the Backyardigans. I'm an international super spy. Super spies. Super spy. Oh, this is gonna be a shit stream. I already know it. I've lost it already. This is gonna be horrible. Oh, this is sad. No! Oh, why is this not voiced? Okay, punishment wheel time. Alright, Epoxy, you get to time out a viewer of your choice. And if you don't want to, we'll spin again. Oh wait, you can do that yourself. You're a mod. Spin again? Okay. We'll spin again. Nah, you're amazing. You get timed out yourself. Bye. Ah, darn it. Unfortunately, I am mean. Unfortunately, I am mean. It's okay. I won't do it the entire time because that's a full 10 minutes. I won't do it the entire time. Don Quixote loudly and obnoxiously flaps through the newspaper in her hands while peppering in a few insightful chuckles. I already feel bad. I'm gonna undo that. I already feel bad. I already feel really bad. Unfortunately, I now know exactly what this means. I feel betrayed. I'm sorry. And why isn't this voiced? Intervellios are voiced, right? Did I click the wrong thing? Draw my attention until I acknowledge her at the most appropriate moment. Okay, Don Quixote, fine. What is it? Whoa, Manager Esquire, dost thou know that the city's upstart companies such as... Oh, boy. I think Intervellio's not voiced? It was voiced earlier. The chicken one was. Wasn't it? I'm confused. I'm so sorry. That's what I get for laughing so hard. Damn. Such as one Limbus Company must always pay close heed to the ever-changing world around us. He thee hither. Read thy newspapers, Manager Esquire. Why does she call us Manager Esquire? That's my question. And do keep thyself up to date on the events of the city, as Millsalt and I, Don Quixote, do air every morrow. But no voice since Yield Bones event. Okay. Probably because they wanted to crank out more content, and the voice actors are very busy people, so it would probably clash too much. Which makes sense. It makes sense. What's up, random? Bud, just go along with it, why don't you? I'm pretty sure she's talking about Millsalt and one of his morning routines. You know, the one with the newspapers. Let the old man read his newspapers. Damn. Aha, the newspaper routine, where he wakes up before the crack of dawn, parks himself on a chair, folds one leg over the other in exactly 90-degree figure 4 leg lock position, and peruses the morning newspaper. Oh god, he really is old. But I'm 21 and I have bad joints, so am I. I wonder if he, like, bends down, like, will his knees crack and snap, crackle, pop like Rice Krispies? Because mine do. Yeah, I do want to do Withering Waves tomorrow. Killing some time by playing Gatcha. Let's go. I will play Withering Waves tomorrow. I just wanted a shorter stream today, and so an Intervellio. Literally, it's only been 20 minutes? Oh, God. Hydrate. Thank you, Arusin. But yeah, I felt like if I did Withering Waves today, it would have been a longer stream, and I don't want to have a longer stream today. I can't take naps, they give me migraines. Then don't take naps. Napping's a hobby of mine, so the thing is, I'm chronically tired. I have a lot of fatigue. What the hell? Okay, or more hydrates. Okay, cool. Good night, Epoxy. I'm sorry for timing you out, lovely. I'm not hydrating that much. That, I guess it left an impression on her. Betcha she'll be back to her usual self in a week or so. Hearken unto me. Art thou paying attention? Yep, totally. So, what's new? What? Did an article mention us or something? Oh, how didst thou know? Wait, really? Forsooth, forsooth. Feast thy eyes, oh god, feast thy eyes on page 3. Though 'tis quite regrettable that we were robbed of the chance to be on the front page. Huh? Page 3? We're really starting to put our names out there? Maybe we shouldn't. I don't feel like we should. I just timed out random. I can just time out random if I feel bad. Alright. Thank you to our lovely mod. Have a good night, Epoxy. Don Quixote and Rodia, the two sinners, guaranteed to draw the full attention of whichever space they inhabit, were speaking. It was only a matter of time before the other sinners began crowding around us, curious about the commotion. Ahem, ahem. A dramatic conclusion to the mysterious disappearances at T-Corp. Shocking! Perpetrators, excuse me, I was about to say perpetuers, and I was like, that's not right. The perpetrators to this mysterious case have been revealed to be none other than the prestigious Edgar family, appalling the general public. Oh. Oh! Whoa. Oh, Heath. Oh. I feel so bad for him. Honestly, I feel really bad for him. So anybody who doesn't know, this is after Canto 6. Wow. Okay, so in Canto 6, people were telling me to look at his bat, and nothing had changed because it was still revenge. Now it's changed. That's very sweet, Heath. Oh. Well, I don't think we need to hear that part. What else does it say? With small assistance from some wandering bystanders who happened to be lost in the area, and with the most admirable heroics of the T-Corp Class 3 collection staff on the scene... wandering bystanders, is it? Perchance that particular denomination refers to us? Bystanders? They're really treating us like we're barely there? They didn't even mention our company name. Aw, come on. Those time collectors weren't even there. This is within the expected range of behavior for the news media, because everything's rigged. I gotta flee. Night Develop? Holy cow, that's a new one. Night Sappy. God, people are just gonna start riffing off my name now. Holy crap, that's gonna be funny. My name's Develop. You started something. You can't back out now. Well, there may be those who seek to interview us after reading this very article, mayhaps. Yeah, I'm sure they'll have a grand old time looking for wandering bystanders for an interview. Very descriptive. I doubt anyone will pay us much attention, Don Quixote. Better not set yourself up for disappointment and... Holy fuck. We were standing there for a good moment in a big group, chattering about the article, when someone slowly but smoothly walked between us. Excuse me, are you Limbus Company employees by any chance? You fellas are... I'm sure you're already aware of the reason for our visit. Oh, I welcome thee here. Long and hard have I awaited thy arrival. Now, from whence shall we begin? Whoa, is she actually here to interview us? No way. Don Quixote wasn't just losing her mind at nothing. No way. Don Quixote wasn't just losing her mind at nothing? I was not told that any interview would be taking place. My, where'd Verge go at a time like this? Now, where'd I put that leftover hair gel from Heath's makeover? Is she using it? Damn, imagine hair gel in our fire. That would... Can they touch our fire? Ahem, ahem. Thou may commence. Alright then, we're about to get attacked. Verily, I shan't rightly take all the credit for what we have accomplished there. Will you be making your tax payment in a... What? Is the cutest IRS... Oh, she really is. I would kiss her on the forehead, be like, oh, you stupid, stupid, wonderful little lady. Mwah. Now shut up. Huh? Okay, we're clearly not on the same page here. We are tax collectors from T-Corp's Time Collections Agency, currently on a mission to collect your overdue time tax. Those ilks are never bringers of good tidings indeed. Wait, time tax? No, that doesn't make any sense. We're already paid our time tax in full when we went through the T-Corp Nest immigration process. Virgilia set a few days ago aboard Mephistopheles. Are you sure we don't need to pick up a timepiece for each of us to carry? You probably know this already, but in T-Corp, everyone must carry a timepiece. Yes, I know the rules. Oh, hold on. I have to be check T-Corp Dawn art for context. Oh, okay. Okay, I have to be very angry if I'm trying to get the vibe of Virgilius. I don't think I'll be able to pull it off, but I feel like this is gonna go horribly. But for every rule, there's always room for an alternative that offers a bit more flexibility. Of course, I don't suppose it's listed anywhere on that pamphlet. Outsiders seeking a short-term stay at T-Corp can pay the appropriate time tax for the length of their stay to be exempt from the relevant obligations instead of going out of their way to abide by T-Corp's rules. As you may have expected, anyone born outside District 20 must go through numerous hoops before they can be issued a timepiece. So we elected to pay 30 days worth of time tax on the spot before entering T-Corp's borders. Impressive. It can't have been cheap. And yet I wish to wear a watch as well, like Lady Otis does. Haven't I already made it clear that it is not a fashion item? As I have said so in the past, the company has no budgetary concerns. Where the fuck do you get all that money? It is a given that they would be taking care of such expenses. We're finally starting to operate like a real professional company now? Oh, fuck, I fucked that up. We're finally starting to operate like a real professional company now, huh? Yeah, there must have been a minor miscalculation or something. Maybe we fell slightly short of the amount we had to pay? It hasn't even been 30 days since we arrived here, though. Well, I'm sure we can pawn away their stuff to fix what probably amounts to around an error. Easy peasy. Heathcliff muttered, gesturing towards Sinclair and Hong Lu with his Hey! If it'll help pay for the time tax, then sure. Oh, maybe? I didn't pack much when I left, though. Well, let's hear the damage. How much time tax do we owe you? Currently, you are a lot behind in time tax payments. Technically, Heathcliff owns Withering Heights. That's true. What? Did my hearing get worse or something? I heard a 10, a 40, and the rest just kind of flew right over my head. For that much money, oh, we might have to make a brief stop at my place first. Can we go to your place? What other options do we have if we if we can't pay the tax? Can't pay the tax is not an option. Your only options are the following. Make your payment with time or money, with interest, of course. What the hell does making payment with time even mean? Now that I think about it, I remember someone talking about paying with time before. I never really cared to find out what exactly they meant, though. Yeah, that was lore offered, but never really explained yet. I guess they're explaining it now. Let's marry I would marry Hong Lu so fast. Not for the money. Will that change in his Canto? Maybe, because we have no idea what he is. But I would smooch him. He's smoochable, and I will do it. He's also, I think, like, canonically closer to 30, and I'm barely 20, 21. It's fine, maybe. I don't know. He looks young. It's fine. Yisung? Heathcliff? Know anything about this? I have not once failed to make my payments during my residency at this nest. Thus, I know not what transpires on occasion in which one fails to pay the time tax. I've never been involved in messy businesses like taxes at the manor, either. In my backstreets days, boss dealt with complicated shite like that for the rest of us. I did see a few poor sods getting dragged away because they failed to cough it up, though. Well then, with their not-so-helpful answers, my mind immediately began to wander towards Faust, who I hoped would know something more about this than the two of them, and that's when Otis suddenly and definitely stood between us and the collectors. This is completely unreasonable. What kind of shoddy calculation led to this nonsensical figure? Oh, Sweeper event already spoiled me some of Canto 6. It's gonna be so intense. I'm so ready for it. I'm so ready for it. Tax calculations in T-Corp are always exceptionally reasonable. The clock's ticking. I would be correct to assume that you lack both the capability and the will to make your fair payments. Wait. We don't have to escalate this. Can we get a timeout? Your choice of words may be quite Your choice of words may be quite unwise. Cry and whine all you want about not wanting to escalate things when you've got 10 billion on in your pockets. I won't recognize your opinion as anything of worth otherwise. No? Then shut up and stay out of our way while we deal with this obstacle that dares to stand in our path. Hey, don't be mean to Sinclair, okay? Don't be mean. Don't you dare. Because guess what, bitch? You're gonna betray us and I know it. Unideal. No, for real. How exciting. No, how exciting. A 10 billion on death. 10 billion and 40 million on to be exact. Alright, we're gonna have to fight people. Anyway. It's international super spy shit. Let's go. Wait, it's piercing? Okay. What the hell? Oh. Do you have piercing? No, you're. Oh yeah, you have piercing there. Can I choose a piercing identity? Oh, does anybody have the new Rodia already? I don't think anybody does that I'm friends with yet. It literally just got updated, so I wouldn't really put it past people. Whoa, that's a different one. I'm just looking at it. What does he do? Charge. Okay, charge and bleed. Interesting, interesting. Padre, please. Do we have a piercing fire one? Oh. What are you? You're all blast. Hello! Oh god, we have another random. If you want Pierce, nobody beats Manager Dawn. Okay. Manager of the Munchland. Let's see. Woo. Fluid tech. Fuck it, we ball. Let's go. Whoa, the middle little sister? Jesus Christ, Dawn. That's scary. Oh, hearing Dawn's voice actor be low and sultry is just like weird. Fuck it, we ball. Let's go. She does blunt. How about IRS Honglu? I didn't think about that. Oops. I didn't think about it. I kind of have big dum-dum syndrome. Okay, so it's... Oh, the music's banger, though. Y'all can hear it, right? Yes. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Music's banger. Oh, you're gonna be unopposed. Why are you unopposed? Because it's that one. We're gonna do... you'll be fine. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Don't call bro a fed. That's funny as fuck. Don't call bro a fed. You're... Aw, I wanted him to do more. Oh, he actually won. Interesting. Oh. This is spicy. I like this music. This background music, this might be one of my favorites, actually. What does this mean? Gain 1 haste, clash power, gain 1... What is... Huh? What is... Borrowed time. I'm confused. I don't want to think this hard. It's hard to think. We're just gonna do that then. For TKT to be voiced. What the potential man? Huh? Potential... Did I miss something? I'm confused. I'm very confused. I get confused easily if nobody knew that. It's T-Corp stuffs. It's about lore, so I can't tell you now. Oh! Okay. That's why I'm confused. I got it. Is Hobo Cliff? Sunshower Heathcliff is known as potential man within the community. Why? What am I missing? Yeah, Yi-song. Oh, I love that Yi-song. A T-Corp staff in a different uniform approached the sinners as both sides went on the defensive. Oh, I love steampunk, but really? Really? The hat and the face? Ew. I do like the staff. The staff is nice. Steampunk, I wish, was more popular. He potentially could deal so much damage. Potentially. Oh! Is this one their ringleader? He may be of a higher rank, but he is but an employee of T-Corp all the same. Which is to say that our insistence on meeting their demands with hostility may lead to a direct confrontation against the full force of T-Corp. Lay down your weapons now. Should you refuse to cooperate, all of you present may be considered hostile individuals by T-Corp, and we will use force to... Hehe. I like that. How thrilling. This is bad. This seems like a great time for Virgilius with his intimidating glowing eyes to... What? Appear. Oh, whoa, they appeared together. Sirs! Oh, God. Self-sinking, he should have had unbreakable coins. Oh. Man, weren't things much better between us and the guide bud only a few days ago? Feels like it's been forever since then. Come on, don't glare at us like that. We had our reasons, Kay. They showed up out of nowhere and tried to extort a whole 10 billion and 40 million on, to be exact. You really like saying that, don't you? Jeez. Yeah, the point is there's no way we owe them that much money. We're kind of law-abiding citizens who are brimming with a sense of justice. Anytime I try to, like, just get her vibe, because I won't be able to voice act her, anytime I just try to get her vibe, I make myself giggle. And I've already turned over my giggle box today. Here. Virgilius listened quietly for a moment as the sinners chattered on like they were a part of a comedy skit. Yes, I agree that 10 billion on in taxes does seem unreasonable. However, it is a mystery to me how no one stopped to think for a second about the troubles you might spark by starting a meaningless scuffle like this in the middle of the street, no less. Virgilius let out a deep sigh before turning toward the T-Corp employee. We find it regrettable that this incident has led to bloodshed. However, 10 billion on in time tax is unacceptable. I'm sure you know full well that 10 billion on's worth of tax isn't the kind of money that we can just simply fork over in the middle of the street. I believe that it would have been more appropriate if you had provided us with some context as to how this number came to be, instead of immediately marching up to us and demanding that we pay the time tax. I admit that such an absurd amount of time tax levied upon your group is almost unprecedented. We have been summoned to an emergency meeting in a relevant office to address the severity of this incident. I see your point. Why don't we move this conversation to the collections office in the relevant jurisdiction area for now to discuss possible solutions? Thank you! Why do you only listen to people that scare you? Fuck you! I hate that. Rare Mosalt line, for real. When the blood wets our throats, no thanks, we shall be liberated from the deep thirst and the guilt towards our Father. God? Anyway, so drink with a... I thought that said abortion. Drink with abortion. Drink with abandon, for that is the only dream this existence has permitted us. Okay. Sure. Okay. IRS is on our ass is a reasonable cause to commit murder. Let's go, let's go. I'm gonna commit homicide. Woo! T-Corp. Oh, that's a great logo. Look at that. That's a fantastic logo. That's so cool. Oh, that was perfect. The truth behind the absurd amount of time tax levied upon us was much simpler than I expected. About a week ago, a large-scale unauthorized temporal leakage phenomenon was observed at the Wuthering Heights Manor, which shot you up several stages in the progressive time use tax bracket due to the immense amount of time leak. A temporal leakage phenomenon? It refers to a deceleration in the flow of time within a certain physical field. Oh shit, that's me. Uh-oh! In your case, it wasn't even a static deceleration field. It moved all over the manor for a good while, too. We measured about 4 hours worth of time in the progress. What the bloody hell is she blathering about? A deceleration in the flow of time within a certain... Ah. She must be referring to the moment during which Dante granted us celerity... No, I'm just kidding. Celerity as we were in pursuit of that man at the manor. Impossible. The manager's ability was activated for less than 30 minutes. It is most likely that your 4-hour measurement is a calculation error. Uh-oh. He's about to spout some knowledge. No. Considering the odd sensation we had experienced as we departed the manor, it's most probable that no error had occurred in their calculations. Do you recall, Dante, as we left behind the manor? No, I don't, actually. Stop using Manager Dawn. You're gonna be too reliant on her. I don't even know what I did. How can I be reliant on... Well, just kidding. Ignorance is bliss, I guess. A few days ago... Aha! Mill salt. Is there aught wrong with thy daily routine? We had just returned to Mephistopheles after the incident at the Wuthering Heights Manor. Excuse me. Okay, I'll stop using Manager Dawn. Most sinners were keeping to themselves, given the clear look of sorrow on Whoa! What just happened?
Random node just followed.
Ah! Thank you for the follow. Nice! Most sinners were keeping to themselves, given the clear look of sorrow on Heathcliff. However, Don Quixote's ever-cheerful voice, like always, constantly shattered through the silence. I have identified an anomaly. We should have been issued the morning newspaper, not the evening newspaper. This is inconsistent with the amount of time we spent at the manor. Well, she is the peak of win rate and is still super OP unit. Okay. I understand. Okay, so I will stop using her then, because I don't want to do that. Does she have an unbreakable coin? We should have, oh, I read that already. Perchance 'twas an innocent mistake? As long as I have been a passenger of this bus, morning papers have always been delivered during designated morning hours, and evening papers have always been delivered during designated evening hours. How old are you? I saw many people too relying on her when they do railway that you can't use the same ID. People just can't do anything. The possibility that they have made a mistake cannot be completely ruled out. However, the likelihood of that is minuscule. Oh, I thought she was like panicked looking, but she's not. Oh, now that I'm looking at it, that's a sunset, not a sunrise. I couldn't tell because of the lack of color. This cannot be. This must be the early hours of the morrow, is it not? I may have an idea as to how this inconsistency came to be. Right, the TT4 protocol. The what? What's that? Temporal velocity synchronization device or something like that. What? This man is like, I'm uneducated, and then he just spouts shit like that where I could barely keep up with what I just said, or something like that. Whatever. You're a better talker than I am. I fuck up my words all the time. I've seen an advert for it once, a luxury solution to all your time synchronization needs. Enjoy equally leisurely Equally leisurely hours together, or some shite like that. Aho! 'Tis quite unlike thee, Sir Heathcliff, to use so many complicated words in a sentence. That's what I'm saying. Pray, shall someone explain it in plainer language? Ah. Ah. Oh, the bat is still saying revenge. It is an apparatus for equalizing the velocity of time for all those affected individuals under the TT4 protocol's influence. Aha, forsooth! I thought it quite odd how someone so affluent in time was moving and speaking at the same speed as the rest of us. Then, with this information, it can be concluded that the time we have experienced within the manor was flowing at a faster rate than the world outside. Excuse me. It is a coherent explanation as to why the evening newspaper instead of the morning newspaper was issued. I can't get his timbre. I can't do it. I feel like I'm just gonna fail. Good. Good. Because he's breathy too. He's breathy and low and like pissed off chronically. So I'm just like, I feel like I can't get his timbre right. But I really want to because it's so cool. Is he gonna sing the ending song for us? Excuse me. Good. Now that your curiosity is satiated. Or sated? Because satiated has extra letters. I don't suppose anyone has any issues with tackling a new job? The LCA has issued us a new request to track down a distortion, as for more detailed information. So activating my ability within the TT4 protocol caused... yes, indeed. It was akin to tampering with an already accelerated flow of time. From an outsider's point of view, it would have appeared as though more time than what was actually spent was leaked. This bloke knows what he's talking about. Also, you didn't just manipulate time on a personal scale. Like I said earlier, you affected the flow of time within a physical space. Let me remind you that it wasn't even a static field. It moved all over that manor. Honestly, the situation is completely unprecedented. That's not good to call attention to his ability. That's kind of... Uh-oh. After Dante's Canto, Dante's gonna sing, and it's gonna be the alarm clock. The occasional cha-ching. Right, they used to activate it only on special occasions, like when we had plenty of guests over for a visit, because it was so bloody pricey. So the time tax for your inflated tax bracket, multiplied by the surtax per volume from the physical space converted by that temporal manipulation, yeah, no wonder it all adds up to this insane number. This ain't like we knew... It's ain't like we knew something like this... What? It's ain't like we knew something like this, sure. Well, anyway, you have two payment options to settle this time tax debt. Oi, options? What options? It ain't like bags of 10 billion on grown from tree. I can't talk! Grow from a tree, innit? Option 1, cash payment. Option 2, time payment. Yeah, about that. What's that supposed to mean anyway, paying with time? It means... Oh. The employee who was about to answer our questions with a painfully observable annoyance suddenly jolted at the sound of an alarm. Understood. I just got a call that they're ready to hold the emergency meeting regarding this incident. Limbus Company may send 2 individuals to the meeting to represent your company. Ah. No need to tick-tock and fuss, Dante. Dealing with complicated matters like this meeting is one of my responsibilities. I will be joining them to discuss the possible solutions to this incident, so please keep the sinners under control, except you, Miss Faust. You're with me. Understood. Make another mess while I'm gone, and... Shh, it's okay, shh, don't get mad at us, please. RR5 is more of an ID check rather than a skill check. Can't spoil him now, but you know there are times that we can't use Manager Dawn. Anyway, we know there's going to be a Dante Canto because Dante is center number 10. Well, even if there's not, they have to explain why, which is going to be lore, and probably its own thing anyway. Only Ryoshu will enjoy what comes next. Keep that in mind as you wait. Oh. Can she not get horny? Jesus Christ, keep it in your pants, woman. I do like that he now knows them on a personal level now. That's really funny to me. Well, off they go, I guess. Didn't even give us the chance to ask them more questions. They're just leaving us here like this? But isn't this whole mess basically about what'll happen to us? Oh, he's more chilled than normal. So, this isn't anything serious, but... What is Mosalt doing on the gallows? What?! My boy, what are you doing over there? Sir! What? Whoa! What are you... What is happening right now? Okay, hold on. Let me try to guess what's happening right now. Oh, fuck, I have no clue. Hold on. Let me rack my brain for all possibilities of ridiculousness. Mosalt has this arm. He's familiar with... I have no clue what he's familiar with because he's so quiet all the time. He needs time away from these idiots. A little bit, maybe. Is that... okay. He's so big and he looks so silly. He looks so stupid. He wants to reminisce about the times when he was back at doing whatever he was doing where he was taking orders. No offense, kind of a Nazi. Sorry. I'm confused. I have no idea. What? Mosalt, what are you doing up there? I was told to stand here, so I have done so. Who told you to do that? Whoa. What? Whoa. Wait, get off of there. Get off of there. What are you? Who are you? Fuck you. Kill you right now. I'm gonna kill you. I did. Just trying to be helpful with you and your friend's little time tax problem. I thought all employees were supposed to be at the emergency meeting. Whoa, a clock with legs. How fascinating. If someone were to submit you for consideration at the upcoming expo, you might even be worth a participation trophy. Oh. What? You remind me of the time when some hapless soul submitted a timepiece that doubled as a compass that had a rather tragic and critical design flaw. You could tell the time or find your path, but never both at once. Tell directions or tell time. It was only... I feel like he's speaking very fast. It was only one thing or the other, leaving you lost in time and stranded in the streets. That was no good, not at all. That's no better than a clock taped to a compass at the end of the day, is it? Oh, right. TT52 protocol is operating at an experimental capacity within this office space, so don't you forget. Anyone not synced with the daily standard time might find this a little disorienting, so keep that in mind as well. What? Now that's the look of someone who's never once heard of TT52 protocol, and TT52 protocol, as its name suggests, is an invention to address the temporal efficiency problem present in the TT4 protocol. It's doing test runs in only a select few T-Corp offices, so if you ever feel the urge to leave your impressions of this new shiny thing, feel free to jot down a few words in that bulletin. Wait a minute, who wrote that 3-star review? Oh no, it looks like the government mascot being a clock. Kind of a little bit. The man whom we presume to be a T-Corp staff seemed very adept at holding a one-sided conversation with zero external input. Not that any of us could keep up with how fast he was speaking. I knew he was speaking fast! I fucking knew it! Anyways, if you're ready, let's get cracking. No, don't be ready. Get down from there. What are you doing? Wait, I don't know if it's really a good idea to be ready for something that looks like... The rope extending from the intimidating machine tightened around... Whoa, what? Is this what it means to pay our time tax with time? Getting hanged from the gallows? Please call it by its precise and given name, temporal scale gallows. It measures the exact amount of time you owe and sucks that time right out of you. It wasn't the original name, mind you. There was simply too much hubbub and hullabaloo about its excessively long name, which was at approximately 58 words or letters. Can someone ask him what'll happen to Mosalt? Is that thing going to kill Mosalt? Kill him? Nonsense! She's a very gentle machine. That is simply preposterous. However, spoken in such manner, oft pretends that events of greater ill fortune shall befall us. I'm not so sure as to what might happen, actually. I suppose it'll suck 10 billion ons worth of time out of your friend? Stop being obtuse. What is that even supposed to mean? Is he going to be stuck like that for 10 billion hours or something? What? Never noticed Dante from the back before. They have to hide his fat ass. There, Dante's a they. They have to hide their fat ass. Oh god, okay, Jesus Christ, I can't read this fast and without stumbling over my words. We need to kill him. Well, not exactly. Let me tell you about T-Corp's particularly generous system called the 4-hour daily minimum time guarantee policy. How generous, Even the worst comes to worst, every citizen is entitled to their right to enjoy a minimum of 4-hour days. According to the T-Corp Public Welfare Council, 4 hours is the absolute minimum number of hours in a day to guarantee human survival. Survive being the key word here. My, sucking 10 billion and 40 million ons worth of time from your friend was too much, I suppose. Look. It says measurement error. That rarely ever happens. Wait, you pulled the lever when... You pulled the lever when you didn't even know what... Fuck, I didn't finish that. Hold on. Blah, blah, blah. Shut up. Wait, you pulled the lever when you didn't even know what was going to happen just out of curiosity? Of course, 10 billion on of time tax debt is a historically unprecedented amount of debt, so I had to see what would happen. You could land first place in a lottery and you still wouldn't even come close to making 10 billion on, and that's before taxes. I'd say you all belong in a museum of history, if I'm being honest. His eyes are very interesting. Besides, I haven't seen anyone with more than 150 hours in time tax debt willing to step up to the gallows before. Anyone beyond that usually chooses to run and digs themselves into an even deeper debt hole. The point is, I scarcely expected someone with a 10 billion on time tax hold to just walk up there like that. What's wrong with this guy? Awaken, Mosalt! Prithee, surrender not to such machinery! Did he grow a beard? Oh no, that's the rope around his neck. Alright, so trigger warning, a little bit, rope around neck. Huh? Thou art unharmed? I am alright. Why don't you get down from the gallows for now, Mosalt? Okay. He's gonna need more hours in the day if he's gonna yap that much. For real. Virgilius and Faust, who returned just as this incident occurred, were both glaring at us with expressions that were anything but friendly. Jeez. I love Honglu being like, what is he doing over there? Alright. Woo! That was a lot of talking. And it's only gonna get worse, I feel like. Excuse me. Okay. I can clearly see that you're both accusing me of letting sinners run wild again, but we had our reason. We have reached an agreement. And you explained things to them, right? Please tell me the agreement doesn't involve us collectively dangling from that stupid gallows. A 10 billion on is certainly an absurd amount of money, but that doesn't change the fact that we are still responsible for it. We did benefit from the extra time it granted us, and its use was something that wasn't mutually agreed upon before our unilateral activation. Because it was an unexpected event, no countermeasures could be put in place either. Yeah, but we didn't exactly have a whole lot of time to debate whether I was allowed to slow down time or not. We really had to think on our feet back then. I felt a bit miffed about being treated as though I was somehow at fault for this. If you plan to sacrifice one of us to settle the debt, I request that you evaluate our worth based on individual merit. I have prepared performance evaluation sheets for each sinner precisely for one such occasion. On the last pages of those evaluation sheets are extra opinions that I don't plan on leaving any of you behind to take the fall for the group. Besides, 10 billion on isn't the kind of money that you can settle with the sacrifice of an individual. But we did eventually find a reasonable compromise while you were wasting your time horsing around in front of the gallows. And that compromise is... we have been contracted to deal with the distortion. Huh. I guess we're really starting to put our names out there if they specifically sought us out to deal with this distortion. They have sought out other fixers and companies to deal with this issue first. We were their 6th choice after the first 5 failed to produce a meaningful result. Gotcha. Gregor always is the butt of the joke, dude. This Canto's like a murder mystery? I love that! Oh, I love murder mysteries. Oh my goodness, I love puzzles. Give me puzzles. Let me think. Even if thinking's hard. I love murder mysteries. Well, the stories are starting to circulate via word of mouth. I will not deny that. So what kind of distortion are we dealing with this time? This is a request regarding a series of similar unsolved cases. Oh, excuse me. Within T-Corp's borders, some call it the case of time-killing time. Several people have already fallen victim to the perpetrator. The case of time-killing time. It was that guy, I swear to God. It is exactly what it says on the tin. The distortion is running wild, killing our time. Time is an asset here in T-Corp. It is not so difficult for us to track down the occasional time robberies by tracing it, but in the case of time-killing time, the killer does not leave any traces. It is simply gone, completely removed and untraceable. No such thing has ever happened here before, thus the significance of this case cannot be emphasized enough. I read all that aloud and did not process any of it. Time is an asset here. It's not so difficult. Time robberies by tracing up the case. Okay. Okay, got it. Who's gonna be the detective? Well, it's gonna be Dawn. It's gonna be Dawn. That is why we formally request that you solve this case for us. In return, we will exempt you from your time tax debt. Ho! Thus arriveth once again my time to shine. According to a book I have perused in recent days, any and all detectives working to solve cases of urban nightmare or beyond are issued this special investigator badge during the course of their employment. 'Tis a badge that may as well be a universal pass to command all kinds of aid regarding the detectives? Fixers! We plan to issue you those badges, yes. Woohoo! Much have I longed to add one such badge to my collection. Perchance thou shalt allow us to keep the badges once this case is dealt with. Nay, I demand that I be awarded at least 3 badges, one for my private collection, one for display, and one for business, so that... Shut it, last! Right, what are we waiting for? Let's crack on, whack this distortion, and get the hell out of here. Hate dealing with money problems. I value your enthusiasm, but I would also appreciate it if you could allow others to finish their sentences before cutting them off and going on a long tangent of your own. Who cut off who? Wait a second. Hold on. Maybe she cut off him? Maybe? Maybe? The problem is that they don't want all 13 of you running amok in an effort to solve the case. Indeed, I can't have your entire group run wild in the streets and potentially waste the precious time of our residents. Also, the special investigator badge isn't something that T-Corp hands out like candy. We can't give away a whole box of badges for all 13 of them. I concur to a degree. Otis, who has continuously and consistently suggested that we cut down the number of sinners, was the first to welcome this offer. Otis, I don't want to include you. Oh. Dev is dying over... God damn it, Epoxy. Don't expose me. We should have done something like this a long time ago. What use is there in hauling around these dead weights? Otis! Your ID that I uptied you... I third uptied you and level 39'd you is one of the most useless IDs I have right now. You keep dying, and you lose all of your stuff. Turn Heath cut off, okay, sure. We will leave the useless pawns behind to wait in the bus while the elite team of high-performing individuals takes care of the business. No, Otis, I'm about to ground you, and you're probably way older than me. You seem rather confident that you'd be a part of that elite team of high-performing individuals, Otis. It's ridiculous to even suggest otherwise. All right, enough with your nonsense. So how many of us are allowed to work on this case anyway? Virgilius trailed off, clearly unhappy about this outcome. They have decided that 4 individuals, including the manager, is an appropriate amount of people allowed to partake in this investigation. That's not a lot. Accepted. We barely managed to get the authorization for 4 after much debate. Then you've wasted your breath. A tag team of the executive manager and I will be more than enough to handily complete this mission. Right. So it all comes down to my choice, huh? 3 sinners. So many eyes are upon me. Not that I've never had them all look at me the same time before, but the pressure is on a completely different level when it comes to making judgment calls like these. Looks like the manager's deep in thought, but pointlessly agonizing over something like this is a waste of time. I'm taking volunteers first, so let's see some hands, quickly now. Forsooth, I shan't hesitate before such excellent opportunity. Maybe it's finally my time to shine? Oi, don't even need to ask me, alright? Let's get on with it. Oh, nah, that wasn't... I'm not raising my hand, I'm just cleaning my glasses. This is no simple matter. I've not been with so few sinners before. Except for that one time when we accidentally walked into the outskirts through the back door, so I have to take this slow and really consider all possible angles. What a mess. Ugh. It would be too much trouble for me to list and debate all the arbitrary limitations they set. So allow me to make the choices for you this time, Dante. Oh, sick. Okay. Well, I don't think there's too big of a gap between them when it comes to their capabilities, but they all excel in different situations. Dante, are you listening? I just said that I'll be the one to choose your companions. I don't want to read that. The sinner who will be accompanying Dante in this case are... Do we even... Oh, Jesus Christ, I have to read it. Never mind. No, I need to consider more than just their individual capabilities. Some of them work better when paired together, but it's also true that haphazardly pairing them together might end up making a team less than the sum of its parts. This is all about building a team. Wait, didn't Rodeo say something about born in December and August don't mesh? Oh, Jesus Christ. I have to choose someone who can support me, calmly assess the situation, and remain free of biased judgment while making smart, rational decisions. Do we even have anyone? Yes, you do! I still have to choose someone, though. Ah! Damn it, I got it. I choose Faust, Marsad, and Nissan. Rodion, Ryoshu, and Honglu. Huh? That's terrible! That's horrible. Dante has selected me, Marsad, and Nissan. Haven't you been listening, Dante? I've certain things to discuss with Miss Faust regarding our upcoming journey, so she is not an option. Yisong was immediately ruled out before the meeting adjourned due to his history developing an unauthorized invention at T-Corp. Marcel did not volunteer. There was no reason to volunteer. Though I may have been disallowed from joining this investigation, I'm truly grateful for your appreciation, Dante. I shan't soon forget this. Ah, I would have chosen Yisong and Faust for sure. Wait, that's, Oh, Otis. Hey, Otis. You know that's not at all what I meant. I just thought maybe we needed someone's... Oh, God. Oh, no. The 3 of them, who I didn't even imagine in my wildest dreams would be hanging out together, all turned to look in my direction. Whoa, just 3 of us, huh? A trio such as... I can't... Oh, God, those 3... Not that those 3 are bad, I just am like, how are they good? This is gonna be hard, because I have no IDs for her that are leveled up, and I have a 2-star ID for her leveled up, and you're fine. Whoa, just the 3 of us, huh? A trio such as eye-catching number, isn't it? Rodya, I get, but why'd the 2 of you volunteer? Though it sounded fucking asshole. The greater the quantity and diversity of experience, the better it is. Yeah! It comes as a shock to her sucking up to her superior to get her nowhere. That's true, I guess. Don Quixote tragically drops her head to the ground, crestfallen. I have naught else to blame but my slightly lower vertical placement in this world. Indeed, that must be why Sir Virgilius failed to catch mine impassive hand. Virgilius, you fucker. You hate short people. Don Quixote sobbed dramatically, lamenting how Virgilius did not even bat an eye in her direction, despite her being the first one to raise their hand. What? I'm pretty sure that wasn't the only reason he didn't pick her, though. 'Tis my final legacy I bestow upon thee. What's all this? A book? A magnifying glass? And are these clothes? Your clothes will not fit Rodia, Don Quixote. I'm so sorry. You are lovely, but she has curves and you have none. 'Tis my treasure, my collection. Prithee, be gentle with them. Ooh, but why are you carrying 3 sets of clothing? One for my private collection, one for display, and one for business. Fairly. Is that not obvious to thee? Records of investigation. Solutions to the 13 problems by Agatha. Huh, somebody's autographed it. So who's this Agatha? Fie, how art ye all so ignorant of the lore of fixers? Once she was a excuse me. Once she was a grade 1 fixer who was so prolific that she may as well have been the face of the 7 Association. Truly, no one? Most people don't know those lore, Don Quixote. Most people don't know that lore, not those lore. I thought that said a cucumber. Cumbersome clothes. How wilt thou call it thyself an ace detective when not dressed appropriately for the occasion? Here, 'tis only right that the leading ace detective adorn her countenance with his special mustache. No, she does not have a mustache. No way. That's so good. Holy cow. She does not have a mustache. Are you serious? This is the best thing I've ever experienced. The only thing better than this was Sinclair doing the cha-cha. Look, Lady Agatha says in the forward to this book that any self-respecting ace detective must always dress themselves in impeccable fashion. He would be the one to do it. Don Quixote, just let go. So, I mean, I'm sure everyone has their reasons, but how come you didn't get picked for this, Ishmael? Didn't get picked. I never volunteered. Hey, it's not every day you get a legitimate chance to get some free paid time off without breaking company rules, and I wasn't about to let that chance slip. Fucking good. I understand. Who would you think would wear the mustache? I think... Oh god, I hope it's Ryoshu, just because she's like, oh, I feel it's just like mustaches. Like, she has she likes art, but then like has a little bias towards mustaches. I hope it's Ryoshu. I hope it is, but I'm sure it's gonna be Honglu. I am sure. Oh, but it actually might be Rodia, because Rodia plays along sometimes. She finds enjoyment playing along. And Honglu would be like, ooh, this is cool, and just put it on. And I hope it's Ryoshu. I hope it is. How about Dante? Dante wouldn't do that. Dante's like, I don't know how to dance. When they were like, we need someone to dance, and it was Sinclair. That's Sinclair doing the cha-cha. And he was like, or Dante. Dante's a day, excuse me. And they were like, I lost my memory, so I don't know how to dance, so I don't think Dante would do it. I guess I did have some last-minute regrets when I saw who Virgilius picked, but I'll just relax for a bit and jump in to help him out when needed. Well, good luck. While the... Call us the Elite Four, how's that? While the self-proclaimed Elite Four runs around T-Corp, why don't we find a place to take the edge off and unwind? How unfortunate. T-Corp did not authorize the rest of the sinners to run abound unmonitored. You must understand that we simply cannot let individuals responsible for 10 billion on worth of time tax roam free without proper collateral. Looks like they have temporary lodgings for those who have failed to pay their time tax. Virgilius was pointing at what clearly was a jail cell. Aw, I feel bad for Otis. Are you certain that Are you certain that's the lodging guide? I'm going to jail? Oh, Ishmael. Yep. There's living collaterals, apparently. It'll be fun. Hey, bet you look fondly back on this memory when it's all said and done, okay? We'll be right back, so be nice and stay put. Nice. This jail cell at least has some heating. Wait. What happens if they just leave and don't come back? We'll be seeing him again after 10 billion ons worth of time passes, I guess. Oh, I knew it! I knew it! Ryoshi was gonna do it! I knew it! Oh! In your face! To those who doubted me, I knew it. I was like, I hope it's Ryoshu, and it was. Yes. Aw, they're all so cute. Look at them. You have... Thank you so much for this gift, Ryoshu. I have not been so happy to see you be so stupid. They're so... Like, the two beauties and then Ryoshu being goofy for the first time. Oh, Ishmael is... Oh, no. Oh, no. I'm so sorry, Otis. And Dawn. She's so small. Damn. And Millsalt's just like... He's gonna take a nap. Oh, literally, Heathcliff is taking a nap right now. Just kidding. He's probably gonna zone out hardcore like a cat. I fucking knew it would be Ryoshu. Hey! Wait, get back here. That's more than enough time to finish weaving on the loom. To finish weaving on the what? That's more than enough time to finish weaving on the loom. Calm down, alright? We'll be back before you even... Thou shalt return triumphantly as a glorious band of ace detectives. Mark my words. I'm so excited for this. This is gonna be so good. I'm so excited. Oh, this is gonna be so good. Oh, there are tears coming off my face because I'm so happy. We set off on our journey after receiving the aforementioned special investigator badges, leaving the chaotic screaming and hollering of the remaining sinners behind. Is Virgilius in there? After a while, all we could hear was the sad, intermittent chattering of metal as someone violently shook the steel... It was Otis. Alright, looks like everyone's ready. Then let's get a move on and have a little chat with the third victim. Let's see, the case records say that. Aha, there it is, just a stone's throw away. Are you actually an employee? Aw, she looks so good! I have to say, I think I'm very attracted to this woman as well. Holy cow, I want to smooch her. Huh? Huh? What do you mean, huh? Look at the record. It clearly states that neither of the first two victims is in a communicative state. How unfortunate. No, I mean, why are you coming along with us? I'm sorry, but we're not taking side... Really, Ryoshu Rodian. We're not taking I can't speak anymore. This is too much words. We're not taking sidekick applications right now. Go away. Shoot. Incorrect. One of us will be joining your team. We were going to send an employee with you so that you can receive immediate updates regarding your investigation progress. I can't do this. My stomach hurts. My stomach hurts so much. I can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. I can't look at her. I can't look at her. Pull that stick out of your ass. Oh my god, I already knew this stream was gonna be a goofy one. But I didn't think it was gonna be this bad. Oh boy. Oh boy. I need a minute. I'm getting dizzy. I need to stop laughing. I'm getting dizzy. Oh no, I'm getting dizzy. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I need to breathe. Oh boy. Oh boy. I need to stop laughing. I think I might need a break. Okay. Just... Okay. Of course they're not going to take a sidekick application about what happened after Okay, how dare you. Yuri was amazing. The fact that Ryoshu wore the mustache just means she cares about Dawn. Does it mean that, or does it mean that she just likes mustaches? It could be either. Or she just wants the stash for art. Exactly. The thing about Ryoshu, though, that I do appreciate that I don't get from Otis, I think I'd rather be in Ryoshu's company than Otis, in my opinion. And Ryoshu pisses me off just because she's weird. But she's very straightforward. She's just like, this is what I like. I don't like that. This is how I am. And that's how she is. Otis, I can sniff the susness off of her. It's like sniffing a line of cocaine and being like, wow, that was a trip. I can sniff it off of her. Not that I want to, but what did he say? I didn't know. I didn't even read it. Hold on. We plan to send a class 2 staff with you, but you're me, class 5. See the badge? The chatterbox of an employee replied cheerfully as he produced a twinkling badge from his clothes. Apologies for failing to recognize you, sir. I scarcely expected to see a Class 5 auditor all the way down here. Wait, hold on. Is it... If you're Class 1... I think... Isn't Class 1 higher than Class... Or Class 2 higher than Class 5? And Class 9 was low? So I think you're actually Class 2 pretending to be Class 5 because he fucked up. We plan to send a... Or he's... Actually, he might be... So he's not the Class 2 staff, but he's someone else. He might be higher than Class 2. He might be a Class 1. Big number is better in T-Corp. They aren't fixers. Oh, okay, okay. Well, thank you, Slayer. Thank you. Okay, okay. So Class 2 staff is not a fixer. Fixers, smaller numbers better, but this... Okay. So this guy's higher than... Okay, okay, okay. That guy's a Class 5 staff? Really? Aw, look at him. He's so handsome. I want to pinch his cheek and be like... Aw, you're so handsome. Even though he's probably older than me. I also want to smooch him. Anyway. Class 5, is that the highest rank one could reach as a wing employee, right? Yeah, I thought so too. Well, don't be so sure. It depends on which wing you're talking about. Who knows, maybe there are Class 12 or even Class 20 employees out there. Get it? Got it? Good. Then let's get a move on. He's the T-Corp version of a grade 1. I figured he was going to be something special. I thought he was going to be the murderer, but he still could be. We stared in silence, because he still definitely could be the murderer, because this guy was experimenting time stuff on us. We stared in silent bafflement as the employee who had already stormed out of the building then hurriedly followed him out the door. They're so cute! Look at them! They're so cute! Oh, I would smooch all of them right now. Even you. Isn't it absolutely brilliant? The very concept of killing time. They're not slowing down or speeding up time. They're eliminating it completely, just yanking it out of circulation. I feel like you're doing it. So, your name is... Mai? Relax and call me however you want. Names are such unimportant things, aren't they? No, names matter. Really? You never call anyone by their names, though. Because no one matters to her. Relax and call you however we want? But you're obviously here to be our handler. That's true. That does make things a tad awkward, doesn't it? Let me think. Aha, I've got it. You're all dressed like detectives, so why don't you consider me your ever-helpful assistant who tags along to your adventures? Okay, but still... Ryoshu, who was, I can't... Hold on. Whoa. Ryoshu, who was staring, off into the distance while puffing her cigarette, suddenly spoke up, just as Rodia was about to retort! Shit! Assistant, lead us. Right away, ma'am. What's the difference between an assistant and a servant? You know, my family used to employ... They sure warmed up to him fast. I feel like he's sus. He's sus as fuck, dude. He's suspicious. Give me. He is kind of attractive, though. Although I'm an introvert, so all that talking would freak me out. The gallows. That was so goofy. Let's see. The third victim of this case is the watch factory's... Hold up. They even have sound effects in here? No way. No way. Oh god, I'm not gonna be able to get through this. I'm gonna be laughing the whole time. Oh god, this is gonna cause me to pass out. Oh. This is gonna cause... I'm gonna have to take breaks just so I can breathe. Holy crap. Alright. The obviously gaudy and expensive suit, the meticulously trimmed and shaped mustache. The third victim must be the owner of this factory. Assistant, confirm my deductions. You're right on the money, detective. Oh god, they're so goofy. They're so goofy. They're so goofy. Oh goodness, the secondhand embarrassment that I'm feeling is my laughter is coming from a mix of their goofiness, secondhand embarrassment as like the manager, as I would be the manager, and so I would be like, oh god, you guys chill out, it's fine, you don't have to pretend to do this. But they're so goofy and I love them. We're off to a great start. I'm not laughing. Ahem, ahem. We're detectives working on the case of time-killing time. My name is... Okay. What's going on? Ryoshu, detective. He sure is a fast talker. He's talking way faster than Mosalt did when he reviewed those chickens. Translated, Dev? Fuck, dude. I can only sing in different languages. I can't speak them. This is making my brain hurt. He's talking so fast, it's like someone pressed a fast forward button in him or something. I can't understand a thing coming out of his mouth. He's someone who has a lot of time. What's that supposed to mean? And, oh god, okay, hold on. An average T-Corp citizen has about 20 to 28 hours in a day, but you might also run into someone like him, people with plenty of time to spare, because they have so much surplus time they can afford to condense 40-50 hours into a single day, and to people with fewer hours in a day, it looks like it'll look as though he's moving 2-3 times faster than them. Sometimes, with that much time, someone with that much time could pick their nose in the blink of an eye before anyone even has the chance to catch them in the act. Ew. This is pissing me off. This guy's pissing me off. I agree with Ryoshu. I gave Rodi a quick look of concern. She had to do something before Ryoshu shit his never mind, I'm gonna keep going. A quick look, as in a brief flicker of the flames burning on my oh, I thought it said cock. Do you want to know what I was gonna say, actually? Because it was pretty close to what you were saying. Is shit his naughty cock. That's what I thought, and I was like, that's terrible. Would you mind slowing down a bit? I'm just worried that you're at a serious risk of becoming a victim of a completely different, slightly more fatal crime. He shook his head in frustration very rapidly, that is, before activating what appeared to be a voice recorder. He began to play his voice back at us. Pleased to make your acquaintance. My name is Bumble, a proud proprietor of this watch factory. Apologies for this awkward method of communication. You see, my days are 52 hours long. I used to live 100-hour days in my heyday, but things have taken a turn for the worse at the factory in the recent years. 52 hours? To me, it looks as though you all are talking very, very, very slowly. I must say, it's quite frustrating, but I'm willing to suffer this annoyance as long as you can solve this case. You have 52 whole hours to spend in a single day? Gee, I can't even imagine what that'd be like. Oh, I can tell you if you're that curious. It is a very, very full life, I must say. Having more time to spend in a day means that I can get more things done in a day, like sleeping 10 or more hours a night and having more than 40 hours left to spend. Good sleep really is the key to keeping your skin moist, fresh, and indeed. I'll let you touch it if you want. No, thanks. Doesn't speeding up time just speeds up your death? He's just like, he's just like, I'm actually like 52 years old. It's like bodily, I'm 52 years old. In reality, I'm like 13. As though in effort to demonstrate, Bumble was constantly zooming around the room, checking his documents, calling someone on the phone, and even brushing his teeth while we stood there listening to his recordings. I don't care. Get to the point. It was one late evening. Let's see. Like always, I was busily walking down the street. I had a very, very important meeting to attend to, you know. And all of a sudden, an attack. No, I just happened to recall that I left the bacon on the kitchen counter at home. I should have left it covered with District 23 purples. What? Aha, my second oldest aunt used to sprinkle that salt all the time. The point. Well, so I stopped briefly, looked at the clock tower, and wondered if I should head back home to salt the bacon. And that's when the time ripper struck. The clock tower, each one of the 12 zones in T-Corp has a... Oh, fuck. He talks quickly. Okay. Each one of the time zones at T-Corp has a clock tower that displays A-Corp's standard time scale. Because everyone has different hours to spend in a day, their watches sync with their respective time scales as well. So to tell the real objective time, one would have to check the clock tower. Oh. That's pretty neat. Oh no, the rich guy is now slightly less rich. How could the Time Reaper have done this to the poor man? Yeah, I bet the Time Reaper is just some type of... You know, this is my prediction as of right now. This is my prediction as of right now. The Time Reaper is actually this guy. This guy that's gotten pissed off at super rich people hogging all the time because rich people should be taxed more. Red Bumble. So he just doesn't, because he was the one that like started messing with the time. The other two victims are still alive, but they are just not in communicative condition. So he just takes from the ultra rich and leaves them with plenty to spare, as from what I think. Alright, you two, let's focus on the important stuff. Let's see. How about we start with a physical description? A fine tailored suit. Huh, a tailored suit? A bit fancy for someone called the Time Ripper, don't you think? It must have cost me about 58 million. It must have cost me about 58 million on, of course. Since it was tailor-made, its comfort was beyond human imagination. Wait, what? Oh, and how could I forget? This impressive yet keenly shaped... whatever. I wasn't talking about your own physical description. One more chance until I slice your neck, cunt. Yep. Oh, so you mean the murderer's appearance. Well, let me think. I don't recall... He didn't murder you, obviously. I don't recall anything. I just happened so fast. How did it feel to have your own time killed? Was it painful? Can you not ask something like that with such a big grin on your face? Nope, it was just... 100 hours was gone in the blink of an eye. I missed my very important appointment thanks to that. I'll have you know, I suffered so much damages. 100 hours? So you lost a whole week in the blink of an eye? No. 100 hours for me is just 2 days or so. Still, you have no idea how much I lost because of those 2 days. Ripping away time, huh? An invention that enables something like that would certainly win the Inventor of the Year award and the loads of prize money that comes with it. T-Corp really values and supports its inventors, you know? I don't think y'all do. Y'all didn't do that for Yi Song. Some people say that once upon a time, T-Corp's executive director himself showed up to bestow the awards. I guess once an inventor is always an inventor. I say that he probably wanted others to carry on his inquisitive spirit. I seen the ceremony once. He was giving away autographs. Then maybe we're looking for an inventor who received an award for that tech. Assistant? This is so much talking! 2 out of 4, you're getting better at translating Ryoshu? Oh, seriously? I don't think I got it right. But every invention at T-Corp needs to be registered at the Technology Administration Agency, though it is not without a few exceptions. There once was a time when a rogue group of inventors called the League of Nine Literateurs made some inventions that they neglected to register. And wow, what a mess that was. Every single corner of T-Corp was up in arms, everyone dashing about in panic, making arrests, holding important meetings while It was that big of a deal? I can imagine how hard it must have been for Yisong. Alright. So is there anything like that registered in T-Corp's tech agency? Nope, first time hearing anything about it. Anything like it. You could have just started there, you know. What if this is a power granted by the distortion? Meanwhile, Ryoshu, who is completely uninterested in the conversation, stared off. And I'm starting to speak really fast because both of these characters are speaking really fast. Holy cow. Stared off into the distance. She looked out to the factory window and let another puff of smoke before muttering quietly to yourself. No killer, no corpses. Well, yeah, no one's actually dead, and we don't know where the killer is. Who could it be, I wonder? Someone who took a liking to my very expensive suit, I say. You know what? Fuck off. Disagree. Your suit. Oh, brother. Don't laugh. I'm gonna hurt myself. Aw. Besides, if I really wanted to kill you... Me? Why would you... I'd have to be able to move as fast as you do. I won't be able to get a good aim at your vitals otherwise. Ryoshu strode towards him before suddenly breaking into a charging sprint. Bumble rapidly stumbled back in terror, but Ryoshu was fast enough to get close the distance and press her scabbard to his neck despite the disparity in time. Whoa! Just like this. Dante, whoa! Whoa! I thought she was actually about to beat the crap out of him with that scabbard. That'd be case closed then, All we'd have to do is arrest Ryoshu. You scared the heck out of me. Well, I suppose that villain didn't really stab me in my vitals or whatever. But he did appear all of a sudden just like you did. I see, so the killer isn't running around ripping away time from random people left and right. Yes, the killer was going specifically for that ass. Give me that ass. What does that mean? What does that mean? A slimy shit. There you go. The void left behind by Sinclair's absence was much bigger than I thought. Yes, we love him. I meant that annoying, stupid stash. Darn. Oh, so close. Tisk, not having that kid here is frustrating. Yeah, yep. No way. Can you think of a single person who'd hate someone like me? Yes, me. I can think of more than a few. I'd say that it must have been a work of some bandit who wanted to try on my tailor... No. Oh, what about your employees? Lady Agatha's book says that to find the culprit, we must first look at the victim's immediate circle. Good idea. I have no idea if that book Don Quixote gave us earlier is actually helping, but I suppose at least a very good page-turner. Honglu can't seem to be able to tear his eyes away from it. Maybe I should check it out too once we get back to the bus. Yeah, that works. Then the culprit. I don't think T-Corp actually wants us to solve this fucking problem. I think T-Corp just wants us bumbling about, and then it's just like, hey, if you can solve it, we'll forgive you, but if you can't, you have to be locked up. And so they gave us an impossible task. Has to be someone who hates the owner so much enough to try to take his time. Nuh-uh. That seems quite implausible. As you can see... What? The laborers at this factory. They're all working so slowly like they're moving through molasses. Oh, most factory laborers like them usually live rather short 10-hour days, most of which they spend at their factory jobs anyway. What did you say? Listen up, everyone. Our output gain saw only 13% growth compared to last month's growth. Have I not impressed upon you how important this is? We'll be falling behind profit margin projections at this rate. Bumble hollers at them in frustration. The laborers very slowly turn their heads to look up at the factory owner. Even that simplest action taking an excruciating long time to complete. Boss, it's impossible to work any faster than... Whew, how bothersome. Less complaining, more assembling. Use your times effectively. Chop chop. You have no idea how frustrating it has been for me as of late. Did you even know that the next batch of cogs have stopped all of a sudden? We could understand him thanks to the recorder next to us, but everyone out of its earshot would have no chance of understanding whatever he's talking about. Hey, Mr. Bumble? You're talking way too fast for them to understand, you know that? How do you expect them to understand a thing you're saying? So, it's not me who's too fast, it's them who are too slow. Only hustlers and busy bees like myself who can make the best of their time can rise above the rest in this chaotic, bustling city. I hate capitalism. I hate it. This is about to piss me off. I'm about to distort just to rip your face from your fucking body. We do get rid of distortion for business. Look at the rich guy. He's the only one who has voice lines. That is true, I guess. What? You know that's a load of bull. Oh my god, Rodion out of all people is gonna take that personally. How are they supposed to hustle or make the best of their times when they're practically nailed to the floor? And with what time? Rodia, hey. I don't think someone like him will ever understand what you're talking about. He was born and raised in T-Corp after all. Hey, assistant, you're a Class 5 employee, right? Are you supposed to be a big shot? Do you seriously think there's anything normal about all of this? Normal? Dear detectives, do you happen to be returning from a round trip across every single nest in the city, all the way from A to Z? Can you confidently say that you've seen all there is to see? Not really, but then give this idea a thought, why don't you? That the notion of what is normal is just a mirage conjured by the downtrodden and the suffering. That is to say, that suffering is just a part of life in the city, regardless of which nest you're in. I don't see any suffering in that mug of Mr. 54-hour days here. Such harsh words. I have my share of pain. I'll have you know I stubbed my fucking toe. That's his pain. I stubbed my toe and my wife left me. I've been waiting for something to get finished for a while. Do you know how much of a pain it is to wait for something but also have too much time in your day? It's so tedious. Ugh, I hate capitalism. I hate capitalism. I hate capitalism. Where's the goofiness? I want the goofiness back. You're gonna have less money because you're too slow to work. Bumble gently fixed his mustache and hair before caressing his expensive coat with care. That's what Sinclair's gonna look like when he's older. I'm just kidding. Oh, we're fighting. God fucking damn it. Oh no. I know, no IDs. Oh boy. Okay, well. I just wasted that, but sure, it's better than nothing. Alright. Maybe we can flip the script on our line of thought. What kind of people, Rodia, do you think hate rich people? Who do you think would hate people like me? Well, except for my family. If I do ever get murdered under mysterious circumstances, I'm willing to bet it's one of my family members who did me in. Or Heathcliff. That's a pretty dark joke. It wasn't a joke. The culprit went straight for Bumble, but his employees literally can't move fast enough to have done that. None of them look like distortions either. Yes, if the culprit's hiding among those slowpokes, Clock would have noticed it. Then that narrows down the culprit down to someone unrelated to this factory. Someone without much time. Someone who's got a bone to pick against the time rich. Or it could have been someone who's unhappy about the state of affairs in T-Corp's nest. Also, while Dante could be right that this power was granted by a distortion, nothing rules out the possibility that they may be using an unregistered invention. There may be more than a single culprit, then. More than a single culprit, huh? Wait, I think I know an organization that might fit that exact description. No way, I doubt it. They don't ever take drastic actions like these anymore, even back at J-Corp. Wow, that's some coincidence, isn't it? I happen to know a group of people just like them. Of course you do. Of course you do. At least Uptie 3 Ryoshu. It's fine. Shut up. It's fine. It's fine. I didn't mean to say shut up. Sorry. Sometime later, in a certain alleyway, a group of people unhappy with the state of affairs in the nest. Perhaps you're looking for that one? That word. Ah, that rings a bell. Isn't your friend the founder of that organization, Rhodia? Don't say that. Rhodia stopped dead in her tracks. That one? Yep. Here? Do you know something about that organization? I did hear that they've been spreading through the nest as of late, though it hasn't been long since they started popping up within T-Corp's borders. So direct T-Corp employees like myself have been stationed all over the nest to question any suspicious individuals. Methinks it's a real bother. Standing guard here. Methinks it's a real bother. This is very much Industrial Revolution of Great Britain. Standing guard here, all this stop and search, so tedious. So, what are the Eurodivie up to around here? That's what I'm guessing that word is. All kinds of stuff that petty thieves get to, stealing things like time or money. Well, I did hear that they also do some pro bono detective work for people who can't afford the time or money to hire people. And, wait, stop right there, you. What are you looking around all shifty for, eh? It's a stop and search. Oh god, it's this guy. Well, hey, I'm just trying to walk away from that lady with the cig and that creepy glare. Where can we find them? The Eurodivie. Well, it probably ain't too difficult. Let's see, there... Honglu! A sudden explosion tore Honglu to shreds as he was peeking around the... Oh no. Honglu, my precious child! Not really my precious child. He's older than me. Or... people think he's older than me, because I'm 21 and people think he's older than that. Speak of the devil, maybe I should have activated their badges earlier. Activate our badges? Phew, starting off with a bang, huh? Good luck, Dante. Let's bring him back. Gotcha, turning the clock now. Wait, you can bring him back? There, the explosion came from that way. That looks like the Eurodivie. Aggressive activist. Damn watch chains of T-Corp here to collect your filthy dues, eh? Okay, no time to explain, right? Let's talk about that later. Alright. You're just gonna be cannon fodder at this point. Oh, okay. Okay, hold on. Wait. I have to do those. Okay, so he does have insight. Crap. He's insight 2 now. Shit. I thought it was gonna stay. What does this mean? %, of their max HP recovers from stagger once per encounter. Okay. Okay. You got 3? Holy cow. How do I even manage to do... Okay, you're struggling, so we're gonna do defense. This is gonna be eventful. There we go. Oh, he lost. Oh, he's staggered already. How many people do I have to fight? This is not gonna go well. Oh, brother. You're targeting Ryoshu? That's fine.
초심 1번.
Not Ryoshu. Rosia. Okay. Alright, alright, alright. I'm gonna do that. One rate it, do this. You're struggling, so defense. Okay, 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 okay.
초심 1번.
Okay, he's gonna have uptie 3 now, or insight 3, not uptie. There we go. Okay. There we go.
괜히 저항하지 말고 받아들여. 그게 덜 아픈데. 깨뚫은 줄도 모를걸? 괜찮아. 이젠 안 아플
Did I
거야.
win? Holy cow. Dante! Hey! Okay, okay. That wasn't terrible. Wasn't great.
두드려
It
패고
wasn't terrible.
꿰뚫는다. 이게 우리
Beat him and
성격이야.
penetrate him. Can we please have a word penetrate,
뭐
please?
시원한 거 먹으러 가는 거 어때?
What word do you get from her? That's what I wonder. Please let it be penetrate. That would be so good. Okay, okay, okay. Alright, well, at least I guess I have... Okay.
부자.
Alright, we've uptied her.
따갑게 시끄럽게만 굴 줄 알았는데.
Section director thought she was a useless
다
loud.
알려주마.
Okay. Oh, okay, so we're doing this now. Okay. Sulmanagesso. The association crest is a spark of flame. Most ignorant laymen believe that it symbolizes the shape of flames bursting forth from our fists and feet. They're wrong. The flames are byproducts of the weapons crafted and supplied to us by workshops. They're hardly fit to represent the true spirit of Liu. The core value of Liu that I've learned through my time here is that we scorch and burn everything to ashes. That we should always be ready to burn even our hearts and bodies like the very flames. That's how I've come to understand it. Most fixers are always looking for all kinds of ways to gain power. Ugh! Minor augmentation procedures, unsightly and pointless enhancement tattoos, pouring every bit of they make into those useless things just to survive in the city. How pointless of an endeavor it is. Such things are not the factors deciding who lives and who dies in battle. Jesus, why does it keep splooshin'? I don't want to sploosh. Augmented body in lieu of the experienced mind to properly use them is no different from an automated training dummy. In other words, experience built up through endless training is an augmentation unique only to yourself, something that cannot be bought simply by shelling out money. I think you'd be a fan of N-Corp, of Nazis. Of course, expensive weaponry and an augmented body would certainly aid me in my quest for strength, but I don't like having everything handed to me on a silver platter like that. Doesn't the idea of martial arts and experience honed to their extremes to the point of becoming weapons on their own set your heart on fire? To train is to carve the shape of my strength, to endlessly feed the flames of self-improvement. And, sometimes I get the chance to taste the fruits of my labor, to prove to myself that it has been worth it. This is hot. Flames burn from my fist. What a sensual production this is. But it is nothing but garnish, a side dish, or seasoning supplementing the main dish. What I truly appreciate is how much deeper my knife hand? Yeah, sure. Penetrates my foes. How much more powerful the speed and weight behind my strikes have become. I measure them by fighting these moving flesh dummies. And I begin to understand that my fiery blaze of training burns still, and that it's burning up every training dummy that dares to get anywhere near me without preparation. I've heard some refer to the Liu Association as nothing more than a big group of foodies. If I'm being honest, I abhor even being mentioned in the same breath as those fools. Don't talk about me like I'm one of them while they're wasting their weekends away on their gastro adventures. I studied and honed myself. Alright. So they like food. Okay, so sure. All right. Why did that go to? I don't want to. All right. And we'll go for. I'm just looking at all these. Sanguine Desire. Hex Nail. Ah, she a cutie in there. And this is the healing one. Which one would be better? I'm trying to remember. We'll go with that one. It's fine. Thank you for letting me borrow your staff. Alright. Okay, well, this is better at least. Retreat. Hey, participation trophy. Participation trophy? Is he talking to me? Excuse me. How on earth did you do that earlier? Tick tock, and voila. It just seems to me that you rewound the time and unwounded your friends. I've never seen such tech that could rewind time like that. Well, that's trade secret. Asking you shall receive pain. Fascinating. Aren't you terrified of time? As far as I'm aware, there is practically no way to rewind time for a singular entity that exists in an open, unenclosed area. Either that or my study didn't reach as far as I thought it did. Wait, no, it's actually a very serious problem then. I was very desperate, you know? It was very unlikely that I missed anything. You know what else is a serious problem? The fact that we're wasting our time chatting about inane stuff while they're all getting away. Come on, Dante. Hold on, inane stuff? This is extremely serious. Its importance is absolutely incomparable. Incomparable to what amounts to arresting a few small-fry revolutionaries. If this was a true resurrection, then the head would have been after your heads already, so I doubt that's what it is. Then it must have been something to do with time manipulation, I'm certain of it. Maybe it works with the same mechanisms as the TT2 production protocol under the hood. Nope, that works only within an isolated enclosure. It can't rewind time of a singular individual. Perhaps they're drawing time from elsewhere to inject it into their time streams? That seems a tad more plausible. If you're actually rewinding their time, then its visual elements of that process would manifest in vastly different manner. I suppose this means that you can't really rewind or skip time either, am I right? You can't just say all that gibberish and expect me to be able to... Dante is a YouTube partner, that's why they couldn't... Dante has a YouTube play button. He's a YouTube influencer. Oh, I'm getting dizzy. Hold on. Okay. Alright. The process also seems to involve a degree of pain. Oh well, it seems to be in bad taste that I'd say it's good news, but I suppose I can say that what I'm about to tell you is somewhat auspicious. I was going to get into that nitty-gritty only if we had to venture into one of the more dangerous places like the back streets, but here we go. Check the other side of your badges. Fuck. There should be a small clockwork knob attached to your badges in there. Mind rotating it for me? The Class 5 sap jabbered on endlessly, zapping between numerous subjects within a matter of seconds before reaching out and pointing at the badges. Not all fixers specializing in investigations are strong enough to defend themselves in emergencies. This is why the special investigator badges are all equipped with the same special function that goes into suits that higher-ranking staff members of T-Corp wear. Which platform do you think most ought to stream on? Pornhub. What? Who said that? Wasn't me. I didn't say that. Because it's OnlyFans. It's called Golden Time. If you keep the clockwork wound, it would automatically speed up the body's natural regeneration process as soon as it detects that its wearer is at risk of death. Nothing compared to what you're capable of, but it's quite something, isn't it? So I don't actually have to turn the clock myself? Wait, you can hear us? Wait, whoa, whoa, whoa. You can hear? Whoa. I didn't even register that he could hear Dante. Of course, it takes some time for it to refill once its charge is spent. If you ever run out of its uses, then I suppose it all comes down to you, participation trophy. You'll have to take one for the team and bring them all back yourself. You're willing to do that, but not willing to help us before we get torn to shreds, huh? I prefer that. Good. Ready? Let's go after them then. Sometime later. Where did they run off to? I'm pretty sure they came this way. No more tracks. We wasted too much time on his boring lectures. Hey, assistant, are you sure it's okay for you to just saunter behind us like you're out on a picnic? Why would I run? I hate running. It's literally your job to arrest the Eurodivier, isn't it? Is it though? But my job at this precise moment is to keep my eyes on you and your investigation regarding the case of time-killing time, not making Eurodivier arrests. But you're a T-Corp employee. Okay, fine. Let's say that I decided to run instead of walk and help to capture those Eurodivier rascals. What then? Will T-Corp suddenly stop having problems just because they're gone? Will this place suddenly transform into some kind of humanitarian paradise? Not to mention that as long as their leader runs free, they'll be back to before you know it. Excuses. Then kill the assistant. Oh, kill them all. Oops. If we do kill them all, that only opens up room for a worse syndicate to take their place. If that happens, the collector friend from earlier might end up suffering from something much, much worse than having to stop and search random passerbys, not to mention that I'll be getting muscle cramps from all that running. Besides, isn't your friend one of them? Weird, I thought you wouldn't want me to arrest them. Right? I thought Rodeo would be a bit happier to be reunited with the Eurodivier. Well, since it looks like the trail's gone cold, let's go back to the stop and search lady and ask if she's noticed anything suspicious since we left. That was a lady? Fine. The T-Corp employee we met earlier was standing completely inert, not moving a muscle. Poor woman, I can't believe she's still on duty at such a late hour. As such, the life of a laborer. No. They got her. I can't even hear her breathing. That's the Time Ripper's MO. That's the Time Ripper's MO! The Time Ripper got to her that fast? Oh, that is a lady. I see it now. She's in a state of absolute stillness. Why are you huffing and puffing? Jesus Christ. Whoa. It's so goofy. What are you doing? A death-like state achieved without a thimble of blood on their hands. What a mysophic art. Though she may be in a state of stasis to those of us watching from the outside, for her this must be as brief as a blink of an eye. What do you think the culprit's trying to do with all that time? Guys, this is a crime scene. Let's try not to touch the body. I mean, the victim. Whoa, look, that must be some sort of spatio-temporal displacement Whoa, look, that must be some sort of spatio-temporal displacement superposition phenomenon going on here. She's entirely incorporeal. This is seriously the time. Is this seriously the time to... Rhodia, there, up ahead! Oh. I whipped around, noticing the now familiar sensation of a distortion, and caught a brief glimpse of a suspicious figure slowly slipping into the fog. You, stop! Ryoshu, think you can catch up? I'm not your hunting dog, but sure, I'll entertain you just this once. Ooh, she's pretty fast. Ryoshu sure moves fast when she finds something interesting. It's been a while since I've seen people like you, the kind who sprint forward with their eyes fixed on the horizon. Here, everyone only ever looks down, their necks bent and gaze locked onto the ground, watching their own feet take their halting steps. I suppose they only ever look up to check the time on the clock towers, but there must have been a time when everyone walked tall. I think I know why that is. It's because they all learned helplessness. Oh. Because they realized that even if they ran till their lungs burst, nothing will change, that it doesn't matter. Yeah, not everyone can run like Mosalt. Learning to maintain a stable breathing rhythm is not easy. That's not what I'm talking about. Wait, take a closer look at her face. Remember, it's the same face she was making earlier when she shouted, "It's a stop and search." Yeah, maybe she saw someone suspicious, approached them for a stop and search, and got ambushed. We should ask her when she recovers. But we don't know when she'll recover. I love that the highest voice I'm using is for Honglu. Catch. Are you sure you captured him alive? Hey, Ryoshu, doesn't he kind of look a bit different from the mysterious person that got away? He's clearly wearing something different. Besides, he's one of the Yorodivie we've already ran into. Clothes are just husks that can be cast off at any moment. He started running as soon as our eyes met. Hey, rise and shine. How am I the suspicious one? Anyone would run if they saw someone like you started sprinting after them with that big sword in your hand. I got a big... Nope. Dev? Stop it. I'm about to put myself in timeout. I changed my mind. There's no guarantee that Honglu's gonna be the heir. Let's just rob his house. For real. I have many, many ways to crush the truth out of you. First, no dismembering. Second, this is the Yorodivie's turf. You'll soon regret dragging me down here. I prepared this secret weapon just for this occasion. Watch out! But nothing happened. What was that? One of the 5 greatest inventions of the Yorodivie T-Corp branch. The portable adjustable frequency periodical lightning apparatus attachment sound wave generator. This will call every single Yorodiv in the range, and it's exactly... I'm getting dizzy. This much talking is making me dizzy. I'm getting dizzy. I just took a screenshot? Oh boy. Okay. I didn't... Hold on. I gotta go back. There, see what I mean? You see the problem prevalent among inventors. They never know when to stop when it comes to naming their inventions. You'll pay dearly for smacking me in the back of my noggin. Sure. Well, next interview will be normal talking. Thank you. Thank you for that reassurance. I needed it. Okay. There we go.
한 번에 끝낸다. 쳐. 쳐. 쳐.
앗.
18 damage. Really? I'm trying to sneeze here. What the hell?
괜히 저항하지 말고 받아들여. 그게 덜 아플걸?
Why is it 2? I'm pissed off. This is pissing me off. Okay. Let's can't do Honglu's thing, and that's fine.
초식 1번.
There we go. There we go.
똑바로 서라. 나무 인형만도 못한 것.
Okay, now we need to do that. Uh-huh. Sure. Filthy watch chains. This is just a bad combo where I'm laughing so hard I can't breathe and my abs hurt, and then a bunch of talking and my brain starts hurting because they use big words, and I'm just a little dumb sometimes. It's not that I can't understand, it's just I'm just like, wait a second. This is a lot to take in. Alright, kill him.
한 번에 끝낸다.
Oh.
벌써 부서졌나? 쓸모가 없군.
It also doesn't help that I was also probably really dehydrated today. And I didn't take my regular medication. I really didn't take care of myself today. Sorry, guys.
개운하게 정리됐어요.
Got dizzy and oh god.
뭐 다시 꼭
Is it still blast? Hold on. I literally, yeah, it's still blast. Okay. Okay. All right.
진리를 열기 위해.
Woo. Oh, we're fighting first. Yes. Okay. I forgot. We can offset you. That one-sided. Why is that a one-sided guard? Oh. Because it's that. Oops. Okay.
어두운 무지를 열어줬지.
괜히 저항하지 말고 받아들여.
Okay, that's pretty good damage for the beginning. So he lost. And he's staggered already. And he's gonna... Perfect. Thank you so much for being staggered. Fucking anyway. Sorry. That was the first one, sure. It's that one. Okay, so... You know what? We're gonna just... 1, 2... 3... Wait, what? Oh, it's not this one, it's this one. What is this one? Oh, that one's there. So, 1, 1, 1... 2... Okay.
1번.
39, really? I got Ishmael Ego instead of Rodion from Gatcha. Okay. And I need to bum. Okay. Yes.
초식 1번.
괜히 저항하지 말고
I swear to God, if he loses again, I'm gonna bust his fucking knees in. I was about to say bust a nut, and I was just like, that's not what I wanted. Okay, so he didn't lose. That's great. Good for me. And he's at Insight 3 now. Perfect.
이게 다친 지성에.
How many? 10 enemies. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna do that because he's at Insight 3 now. Nope. Can't worry about that. That is you there. Go for it. Alright. There we go. 15.
직접
괜찮아. 이제 난 아플 거야.
이게 열어젖힌다.
Alright. Jesus. Okay. Oh, look at all of those. Holy cow. Look at all of those. Not a single S1 in sight. Okay, you're still in Site 3. Okay. That's that one. That's there. And that I can't help.
한 번에 끝낸다.
앗.
밝게 열어젖힌다. 직접.
Oh, 111. Beautiful. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, so that's fine. Okay, that's all good. Alright. Is S1 super strong with Insight 3 though? I know, I was just impressed that there was 0 S1s. I was just like, whoa! I was just impressed.
나무 인형만도 못한가.
I wish it did show how much damage he was able to deal during his S1, but because it's an S1 and not like an S3, they don't show the damage dealt. They only show like the small damage and not like the total damage down here, which kind of sucks.
괜찮아. 이젠 안 아플 거야.
How have you been? How have you been this what? I can't read. Yatta.
개운하게 정리됐어요.
Whoa.
머리까지 너무
How
개운해진 것
have you
같은데.
been this intervelio
다시
again?
공부하면 되죠.
What was that asking? I don't know. Alright, so.
벌써 화끈하네.
I like that they do have buff women though in this game. After matching various pieces of information we found from the defeated Eurodivier members together, we managed to track them down to a run-down building that appeared to be their hideout. Oh god. So you finally managed to track us down, haven't you? Filthy watch chains of T-Corp. You clock, he says. I was gonna ask how far, but I put so much strength in my rectal muscle and I don't want to know about your ass, dude. What the hell? It's elementary, my dear Watson, because I am an ace detective. Rhodia exclaimed triumphantly as she flicked her hair back, but I sensed the smallest hint of uncertainty in her voice. Oh, come on, Pete. Why? Yep, we're all ace detectives. I'll admit we shouldn't have let you track us down, but you don't look too strong. Fuck you. It's a foolish move to fight a lion in his den. I hope you've prepared yourselves. Don't you worry about our ass. We've got a class 5 staff with us, you know. I can deduce a few things about you. 1, that man's outfit. That aloof look on his face. It's likely that you're not lying that he's really a class 5 staff. 2, you're absolutely shameless for being a class 5 watch chain to a rundown hideout like this. Why does this have anything to do with shame? I don't know about shame, but this place sure is run down. Right, how about this? I'll set this one out just for the sake of fairness. It'll be like cheating if I were to take part in this fight, yeah? That's a fair proposal. I accept your offer. Do we not get a say in any of this? Anyway, how far are we in this intervelio again? I think about halfway. We're almost... Yeah, we're about halfway. I'm pretty sure. Okay. So I'm gonna do that. Shit. So I'm gonna defend... Both of those are... Sure, I guess.
조심, 1번.
It's a counter, so it's fine. Because there's a dungeon at the end. Well, I won't be... I don't think I'll be getting through this today, but... Because that's inside 3. Yeah, he's fine. Did anybody... Oh, okay, you took damage. So you're inside 3, that's fine. Why are you struggling, my guy? You know what? I'm just gonna... We're gonna do that.
조심. 1번.
Just so we can defend.
그게 다친 짓이네.
Damn, didn't stagger that guy. Yeah, I knew you were gonna be staggered. But at least it didn't take too much damage.
괜히 저항하지 말고
It wasn't like
받아들여.
Kong Lu that takes so much damage. Jesus.
괜찮아.
The
이제
dungeon is shorter than normal. Maybe next stream dungeon, then a bit of next intervilio. Next stream's gonna be Wuthering Waves. A Wuthering Waves stream. That's what next stream's gonna be, so... Yeah.
한 번에 끝낸다.
Did she lose? No, I think that was just... Okay.
직접 열어드리죠.
108. Beautiful. Dead. Okay, so everyone's back up now. You're stagger. Oh, you can stagger twice again. Okay, so who are you against? Fucking course you are. You know what? Ryoshu just might die this time because they keep pitting her against the wrong fucking people. Okay, she didn't lose. Nice. 19 HP though. I heard that they removed from Jellyfish Girl and there was backlash. Funniest shit I've heard in a while. I don't really care for that. I think her design was great. Cause all I cared about was like the illusion 2 being a jellyfish.
모를걸?
But I don't pay attention to stupid details like that. How many? Okay, these are the last 5 people. Got it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Da. Why are you at 10 anyway? Okay, so you're at 45, which is great. Okay. Yeah, it's fine. And that's...
어두운 무지를 열어줬지라.
People were mad for that. I don't know. I don't care.
그게 덜 아픈.
그게 다친 짓.
I can think of somebody that would probably be mad. But I personally don't give a shit.
직접 열어드리죠.
Oof, 112. Beautiful damage, beautiful damage. Rude. The fuck was that for, bitch? Is that our healing one? Oh, I didn't get the one with the healing one. That's fine. Yeah, It's fine.
어두운 무지를 열어줬지라.
Oh, he lost.
밝게 열어줬지라. 밝게 닫힌 지성을 직접 밝게
There we go.
열어줬다.
괜히 저항하지 말고 받아들여. 괜히 저항하지 말고 받아들여. 괜찮아.
There we go.
이젠 안 아플 거야.
I'm guessing these enemies apply sinking because her SP, her sanity didn't go very high. Rodia's, at least.
개운하게 정리됐어요. 아, 머리까지.
Level 44. So I don't want. Whoa, 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 whoa. Wait a second. I was looking for this. Yeah, we are. Oh, it's 15. Oh, I thought we couldn't use Rodia anymore. I was just like, whoa, I'm screwed. Which one has healing? You have healing. Order the Sloth and Pride. Nah. I'll just do that one. It's fine.
움직이는 목이
It's fine. It's fine. Okay. Oh, it's a focused encounter. I'm an idiot. Just gonna put out so you have more choices. Isn't she a little more complicated to use than Hong Lu is? Plus, I like burn. I have 2 burn units anyway.
어두운 무지를 열어줬지라.
Oh, I almost staggered Plest. There we go. There we go. Now you're insight 3.
한 번에 끝낸다.
There we go.
밝게 닫힌 지성을
I wonder how long you can clash for. Like the longest somebody's ever clashed for, you know? Okay, wave 1 of 2. Okay. No wonder this is a focused encounter. can do that. And then we can do that. And then that. Through there. And then. In. Yeah. 91, can you do 91 damage? Yeah, it's fine. If 99 clash and still no victor, it's gonna end in a draw. Seriously. Has someone has that happened and has it been recorded, or is that just like what the creator said?
열어줬습니다.
벌써 부서졌나? 쓸모가 없군.
한 번에 끝낸다.
열어줬습니다.
Ready to learn Dicey Rudian's Discord mechanic? It's hair safe for me. Someone just told me that. Sure. Just let me... next round I'll try to get, that Rodion. I'll try to get that Rodion so I can, yeah. You know what? We will use you to offset both of these. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2.
어두운 무지를 열어줬지라.
Here we go. Come on, get him staggered. Come on, get him staggered. There we go.
그게 덜 아플걸?
Beautiful, beautiful stagger. Beautiful. You know what? I'm gonna do this.
조심 1번. 차. 갓.
깊게 닫힌 지성을 직접 열어드리죠.
34. Dude, you can do hundreds of damage. 34? Really? Okay, 2 staggered, 4. Okay, so course Rodian. Course. Why is that one unopposed? What? What? Ah, it's unclashable. Fuck. Okay. Rodia. Okay, so we'll do that.
어두운 무지를 열어줬지라.
There we go. That was good. Good damage. Okay. Well, he's... not dead. 19 damage. Great.
번에 끝낸다.
Probably because we're with the Fed, that's why we have super strong buffs.
열어드리죠.
Give me more stronger buffs.
괜히 저항하지 말고 받아들여. 그게 덜 아플걸?
16, really? You're doing nothing for me.
어두운 무지를 열어줬죠.
Of course she's gonna lose. Thank you, Jesus Christ. Really?
어두운 무지를 열어줬지라.
괜찮아. 이젠 안 아플 거야.
There we go.
열어줬신다.
Oh, that guy is the Kami Hong Lu ID. Oh, I didn't know that. We quickly moved our conversation into the hideout after defeating the Euro DV members. Gah. Surrender and confess. Starting to run low on patience might kill you soon. No. Looks like Ryoshu's getting tired of playing detective. We've surrendered already. Not sure what you want us to confess either. What would you like for us to confess? That we're the Eurodivie or something? We hesitated, unsure if he was clueless or not. That's when Rhodia promptly strode forward and pointed an accusatory finger at the Eurodivie captain. Right, questioning time. You've always hated this nest state of affairs, am I right? Must you really ask? You like inventing stuff and not registering them to the tech agency, don't you? Again, must you really inquire about something you could discern simply by looking around? Ooh, mind if I take a gander at these inventions? Wait, don't just go touching... I see. This hedgehog toy is a time bomb disguised as a plushie. It scans the palm as soon as it enters within a certain proximity range. If it doesn't recognize the palm, it is authorized as an authorized individual to shoot its spines and penetrate the intruder. But you screwed the parts too tightly down here. You do well to remember that mechanical engineering isn't all about tightening in the screws as hard as you can. Sometimes you need a slightly loose screw or two to make things fit better. And another thing, if I were you, I would have made a spine holes hexagonal shaped and not circular. You could tell all that just from a quick look. You're certainly no common employee. Either way, most of those experiments incomplete products, in truth. In truth, you like making more dangerous, destructive inventions, don't you? You really are a persistent one, aren't you? What are you getting at? That guy with the cane is monocle goes no sure? What did she say? I'm sure these violent inventions eventually lead to something that can completely rip someone's time away. Wait, what? The culprit behind the case of time-killing time. It's you guys, right? It's what you do, isn't it? You see something that rubs you the wrong way, so you can go ahead and smash it to bits. That's a bit of a logical leap, isn't it? Who do you think we Eurodivie are? Sounds like this friend of yours in the Eurodivie really messed up big time in the past, Did he do something drastically violent? No, Sonia, he always knew how to say the right things to get people to agree with him, to convince them to join his cause. His words filled me with this confidence that we could really change the world, that it really was as effortlessly as letting candy slowly melt away in my mouth. But what could he possibly do to change the world? He doesn't even do anything. Not like these guys. I bet the T-Corp Eurodivie are nothing more than knockoffs who just found themselves inspired by stories coming out of J-Corp, or It's absolutely baffling how you failed to correctly deduce a single thing. No, we're not knockoffs. Besides, the Saint has already brought many changes to this world, changes that you mere detectives can't even dream of. The Saint? Indeed, Saint Sonia was the only one who really sparked the fire in the Yorodivia in every nest. Well, that isn't the only reason that we call him the Saint, but that's besides the point. Yorodivia in every nest? Sonia did that? Since you claim to be the Saint Sonia's friend, allow me to say it in no uncertain terms. The Yorodivia has nothing to do with your case. Sonia, how are we supposed to take you at your word? First, we don't have this time-killing technology. We can steal time or time pieces, but it's practically impossible to kill time. Making something so absurd would surely catch the tech agency's attention. And that's trouble that I'm not willing to invite. Why? You've certainly been causing a ruckus here. Isn't that what the Yorodivia wants? Chaos? Please don't compare us to the likes of backstreet gangs. Though there are those among us who want that chaos, of course. One of our former members insisted that we must take the abundance of time in T-Corp for ourselves and have our comrades divided equally among us. Communism! But such drastic action would also hurt the have-nots, those who do not deserve such pain. So we must adhere to the Saints' teachings. Jesus. To truly tear out the throats of the rich, we must wait for the right moment. The right moment. So it really was Sonia. So I've been wondering, are you really the Saint's friend? Of course she is. He even invited her to join join his journey. Why don't we leave for now? We can always come back here once we uncover more evidence. Dante says let's leave for now. Are we not arresting them? Didn't one of you give me a whole lecture about how this is my job to arrest them? Aw, Rodia ignored the assistant's question and turned around to leave the hideout, wearing a dark expression. Something I had never seen from her before. Really? We'd never seen that from her? The assistant shrugged. Fucking hell. And we were about to leave the hideout as well, but the Yorodivia captain stopped us. Wait, if you're really a friend of the Saint, then I can't let you leave without giving you some advice as the more experienced detective. I was able to establish a few things from this conversation, so allow me to share them with you. He got a little question mark on his hat. I didn't notice that. Ooh, right. You dabble in detective work from time to time. Well, yes? Is this a common thing that you Yorodivia get up to? No, only the Yorodivia branch in District 20 do. Anyway, if I were you, I would start by looking for a common thread that ties all victims together. Find out what they have in common. Why? The T-Corp Collectives Agency knows everything about time, where'd it come from, where it goes, but not with this case. But if they know everything about comings and goings of time, how are you avoiding their eyes? Not all of us do. I can't tell you more, however. Just know that we have an ace up our sleeve that lets us continue our guerrilla activities in this nest. Anyways, does it not strike you as odd that for someone with such impressive technology that can quite literally rip away time without a trace, the killer seems unusually passive? This tells me that there is a condition that must first be met to use their powers. Another possibility is that they have a certain creed or belief system that they follow, but ideologically motivated culprits usually leave behind more obvious evidence that points to their beliefs. Ooh, I think that adds up nicely when I join our squad of ace detectives. Who the hell hired this bumbling team of amateur detective wannabes? Ugh, never mind. Would you kindly leave this place? Well, now we know where the Yorodivia are. We can always come back here if we ever need anything else. Alright, how long have I been streaming? We'll make it to 3 hours. And then we'll put this away.
이게 우리 사과지. 아, 덥다. 뭐 시원한 거 먹으러 가는 거 어때? 빙수 같은 거?
An odd impression. Let's see. I'm gonna drink some water. Hold on. Well then, the Yorodivia is swearing up and down that they've got nothing to do with this case, and the Time Ripper's still at large. What now, ace detectives? But we don't have any other leads. The one we talked to just left the hideout, so why don't we follow him? You want to tail that Yorodivia? Yorodiv? Well, looks like not arresting them may pay off after all. I think it's a fair suggestion. Waste of time. We should torture them one by one until someone breaks. According to page 155 of Lady Agatha, jeez, you read fast. Lady Agatha's book, an ace detective must always remain vigilant and not shy away from stakeouts. You're already on page 155? My question too. Don Quixote gave us this book so that we can all become ace detectives. I've been reading it whenever I can. Udo Devier's petty time thievery won't change the world. Is that why you're letting them go? Because it doesn't matter? Huh? No, not at all. It's the opposite, in fact. I want to see things change. Change? It is said that the Udo Devier started from a small group of nobodies. But they kept at it, slowly but surely, spreading through the city. I hear that they've been causing some real trouble in some nests. That they find it difficult to get rid of them. Do you know what people have been saying here at T-Corp? Running low on time but burning full of frustration? Then come join the Udo Devier. Unlike most people who accept injustices and move on, they don't. They refuse to turn a blind eye, confident and determined that they all will one day bring real changes to the city. It's only natural that I find them extremely fascinating to witness to what end to their desperate desires and aspirations lead. Nothing but impotent squirmings. I'm sorry. Do any of you even give a damn about solving the case? This case has a certain destructive aesthetic to it. I like it. I'm following my family's elders' words to see and experience as much of the world as I can before I return, because their words better be followed. Oh god, Hung Lu, no. That sounds horrible. Sounds excruciatingly bothersome. Yep. So many things in this world presume that they deserve to call themselves family. I never heard you talk like that, Ryoshu. What will you ever accomplish with such half-heartedness? Don't worry about it. Most people live on with that very half-heartedness. It's been eons since I really desired something with all my heart, you know? No, I'm not most people. I'm from the distance, loud rapid footsteps broke through Rodia's quiet whispers. I knew it. The culprit was Yorodiv. Gah! They're here. Won't give them the slip this time. Okay, let's go. Maybe you'll catch them this time if you learn to breathe like Millsalt, Ryoshu. Rodia, let's... Rodia came to a sudden stop and looked at me, staring at me from underneath the shadows cast over her eyes. Dante, do you think it would have been any different if I followed Sonia back at the casino? Oh, why do you ask? I mean, it's just... Watching Sonia's goals actually start to take shape while I stagnated, unchanging, it's making me feel... Rodia hesitated. Odd. An odd impression. Okay, are we fighting or did we already fight? Okay. We're gonna... I don't want to buy anymore. Okay, that's not a full charge. I could use an enkephalin box. I don't want to fully charge. Someone's probably going to yell at me for that one. You're late, Clock. The two sinners had a head start, but it didn't take very long before we caught up to them and saw them quietly kneeling behind cover. Well, go ahead and draw their attention. We should be able to corner them in this direction. Since Ryoshu and Honglu are out there to draw the culprit here, we just have to do our part and capture them. Yeah. What's wrong, Rodia? Just every time I think about Sonia, I remember all the things that I couldn't do. That's all. There might be story only and not fight. I can't remember. Rodia. Ugh, nope. Not gonna let this drag me down. I just gotta do what I can, right? Wouldn't it be so nice if the culprit showed up right now so I can get my hands on him and get this over with? Ugh, all this waiting around is getting so tedious. Hopefully I'll look real badass when I arrest them. You certainly recover quick. Well, that's a good attitude to have. Well, you know. Ain't that how emotions are supposed to be? Constantly changing with time, you know? Is it now? I don't quite agree. Emotions don't change with time. I'd say that changing emotions are what drive the flow of time. That's some complicated stuff. I just can't wait to hear all the praises they'll sing for me once I snag this Yoro thief rascal, that's all. You know, I want to be an ace detective. Then you shall have your chance. What? Did I skip something on accident? A chance for you to become the center of attention, a subject of praise. That long coat, that hat. Your... Uh-oh. Rodia, Date, the culprit ran that way. You're the Time Ripper. Oh, correct. This isn't good. It'll take a while for Honglu Ryoshu to get here. But before we get down to business, allow me to make a few corrections. 1. I am no longer bound to an organization like the Yorodivya. In fact, I found their hypocrisy detestable. Do you know that even the Yorodivya did not use their hours equally amongst one another? That's why I've chosen action. 2. I am not killing time. You will not compare my crusade to something so hollow. I merely reap the dying hours to share it among those who need it most. You may call me the Time Saint instead. What the hell are you talking about? Shut up and... All this is flying over your head, isn't it? You poor little thing, starved for even a morsel of praise. This is both a correction of your ignorance and our final warning. If you wish to capture me, no us, then you must be prepared to pay the price in time. Was that an attempt at a threat? Do you seriously think you can scare me like that? Sure, you're the big scary Time Reaper, but I've got you all figured out. I know your patterns. There's something staying in your hand, isn't there? Whether it's your creed, some kind of design flaw in your tech, you can't touch my time. How'd you like this Ace Detective's deduction, son? Half right, but you have given me 2 more corrections to make. 1, I am not the one killing time. It's you and everyone like you who's killing time. 2, indeed, we cannot rip time away from just anyone. No, but I can take yours, because you at this very moment are mire in tedium. What? Just biding the time, aren't you? Waiting for something to happen. Killing time. We are merely taking back the time that you would have killed anyway. Ha ha ha. Swing that axe and you might carve a small chunk of our flesh, but we will rip a chunk out of your existence. You will stir awake when the clock strikes 4 in 50 years' time, having done nothing, having lived through nothing, all in the blink of an eye. That's when it shall dawn on you, that despair. It all comes rushing in like a flood. That disparity, the unfamiliarity, all of the time you killed. Every pain, a reminder of every single second you've killed. Thinking about how tedious it all is. You look scared. We like that look in your eyes. Rodia stood there, completely frozen. No one could stop the Time Ripper as he walked away from us. Not me, not Rodia. The culprit, where are they? I thought I could take them on, but when I came face to face with the Ripper, How could you give them the slip? They threatened her. That they were going to rip away her time. Oh no. And the Ripper knew. They knew how I felt, so... Never mind. It seemed to me that Rodia decided not to say it out loud, but I knew that the words she wanted to say was tedious. Pathetic. Unlike Yurioshu, my time is important. I'm not here to just make those stupid, pointless observations about the case. I didn't volunteer out of some weird obligation either, okay? I volunteered because I genuinely wanted to solve this case. I'm not like you, either of you. I briefly grew concerned that Ryoshu might swing her scabbard at Rodia, but I don't think she was listening anyway. How banal. Banal? Banal. Banal. How banal. I think it's banal. Instead, she stared up at the clock tower in silence as her cigarette slowly burned its way to her lips. I guess that's a relief. Rodia, sorry, I think I'm just getting tired of wearing a silly smile. Aww, Rodia! No! Alright. God, I wanted 200 more of lunacy. But we'll have to do that next time. Thank you all so much for joining me. I'm gonna be ending stream right here. I know I ended it 2 levels before the end, but I'm tired and I need to go to bed. So thank you all so much for joining me. And I will see you guys next time. My name is Dev. You guys can call me Dev. Bye, everybody.